Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, people? Back with a bang. Here I am to bring you guys another market recap today. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the stocks we traded, the stocks that we swung from last week to this week, the overall market, how it panned out today, a few stocks I'm watching for the upcoming future, and a couple of stocks that I'm looking at shares in as well. So before we do that, make sure you guys do me a favor, drop a thumbs up, show some support, show some love in regards to these videos, comment and the usual stuff as well. Don't worry, the videos will be back this week, so you can be looking forward to those. But today, the market did unbelievable stuff. The market did what we like to see it do, especially for those of you who are bulls. The market pushed, the Nasdaq, the S&P, even the VIX was slightly up. The Dow, all of them rallied. This is what we like to see. That's how we like to kick off on Monday. For me, it was almost a 2K day. That's how I like to start the week. They say start as you mean to continue. That's exactly what I did. So let's just dive into it. Let's have a look at how the market's panned out and what we did. So the S&P 500 notched its 30th record close of 2024. That means for the 30th time this year, we saw a record close. That means the S&P 500 is currently on crack. That also means that the big tech, Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, they were running. But unfortunately, one stock that wasn't running, which I'm going to talk about, is GameStop. Now, the reason I'm talking about GameStop is because big things were supposed to happen by June 21st. That clearly hasn't happened. The last 5 days, we haven't seen much action. Rowan Kitty did his live stream. We didn't see much action. Let me just look at, let me show you guys the chart. GameStop has been underwhelming. We had a nice little run back in, the middle of last month and again, the beginning of this month, but really it's been underwhelming. So with the 4-hour chart, you see, well, it's kind of consolidating at this price point right now. It's down 12% on the day. If we're being honest, this is not what we wanted to see when it comes to GameStop. We wanted to see a lot more positive action. We wanted to see a lot more, better price action. But it is a reminder that when Rowan Kitty is trading options and then switches to shares, it should tell you enough. It should tell you more than enough. They also did their investor day, and during their investor day, there was no real major news. There was nothing which gave us some bullish sentiment, and that's why you see the stock down 12%. So honestly, for those of you who are trading GameStops, the AMCs, maybe it's time to look elsewhere. We did have the hope, we did have thoughts of maybe it's going to repeat what happened in 2021 or something similar. Clearly not, and maybe not yet, but clearly nothing so far. AMC, as I mentioned, similar chart, pretty dead in the water, down 2% today. It's pretty dead, let's be honest. It's under $5, just hovering there. Nothing really interesting with AMC right now. Now moving on to the stocks that are actually interesting, we're going to start off with Nvidia. Nvidia has shined over the last few months. Nvidia shined this year. It's up again. And look, we had a 10-to-1 stock split, right? If you see the daily chart, we had a 10-to-1 stock split and the stock has continued rallying. It's overextended, yes. But if you look at the 4-hour chart, what happens? Every time it pulls back to the moving averages, it pushes higher. Nvidia right now is looking very good. Nvidia is looking very good for those of you who have leaps, for those of you who are buying call options, and for those of you who are also investing long term. Nvidia is looking strong. Nvidia is looking how you want a stock in your portfolio to look. Every time it pulls back, it pushes higher. Consolidated a little bit during the beginning of the month, but in theory, that might have been to do with the 10-to-1 stock split. Overall, let's be honest, it's looking very strong. It's looking like a stock that we do want to have again in our portfolios. Another stock which you want to have in your portfolio is the mighty Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. So last week, Apple had their little investor day or announcements, and then look what happened. Apple just took off. So we jumped, I think, about $25 in a very short period. And to be honest, it was due. Apple was due a nice push to the upside, a nice run. And now we're kind of hovering a little bit overextended. But again, that news just spiked Apple like $20 in a couple trading days. And again, if you are one of those people who wants to invest for the long term, who wants to change the trajectory of their family, well, look no further than Apple if you want to buy shares. If you want someone to park your money, I've been saying it from it was about 162, 167. Park your money in Apple. If you like long-term shares, if you like actual gains, and you like a safe stock, a safe bet, then Apple is one for you. Now, a little bit less safe, but just as effective, Pltr, ticker symbol PLTR. So, we took Pltr on Friday. We took this for a swing to the upside. When it was about $23.40, $23.35, I called out in the Discord call options of Pltr, $23.50 calls, saying that I expected it to hit $24 this week. Now, lo and behold, we pushed all the way to highs of $25 just at close just now. we're looking good with Pltr. We're looking good with the call options up over 305%. The call options are booming. The options with Pltr in regards to this week's expiry are definitely doing their thing. But if you look at the 4-hour chart, you can see we're a little bit overextended right now. So for those of you who are still in the trade, maybe it's time to take some profit, because it can just pull on back to go higher, but it can also just pull back either way. But as I said, we're up huge on Pltr. Those are the kind of gains you want to see on a Monday morning. Those are the kind of gains you want to start your week with. So make sure you check out Pltr as well. If you've not seen it already, just check out the price action and also check that in the Discord if you are in the Discord. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. And I think that Pltr is one to keep your eyes on because it's one that still has a bright future. It's one that I've been talking about from it was $11, $12. Up 6% today. Again, it's a great day for Pltr holders. It's a great day for those of you who are in the options with Pltr as well. So make sure you are keeping that on your radar. Another stock that I say you should keep on your radar now is SoFi, ticker symbol SOFI. So with SoFi, we're hovering around my level of support, but we have room to the upside. With SoFi, just like with Pltr last year, which seemed dead in the water, we can get back up to the $11, $12 levels. It might not be this year, it might not be next year, but within the next couple of years, within the next few years, SoFi from here, I'm looking at a double up with the shares. For those of you who like leaps, this is not a bad option. Because if you zoom out on the chart, you can see that yes, it's been at $11, it's been at $14, $15, $16, it's been even higher, it's been at the same levels where Pltr currently is. So just remember that when you're looking at it and thinking it is dead in the water. Yes, the price action is not great right now. But look, again, when it does push, it can get a little bit higher to the 750s, it can get higher to the $8. But right now, as long as you can hold this level and start seeing it reverse, start seeing some consolidation, I will look to get some calls within the next 30 to 45 days to push off from these levels up to the $8 level. Again, longer term, I'm looking at this being one of those safe play options, one of those plays where I see a double up. Low risk, high reward. That's what I'm looking at with SoFi. Now, speaking of high reward, we have to talk about Tesla. We have to talk about Tesla. It's not right if we don't talk about Tesla. So look at the 1-hour chart. So you can see, actually we're going to change. Let's look at the 15-minute chart from today. Out the gates, we jumped from about 177, 178 to highs of 188. Incredible gain for Tesla, over a $10 gain before we kind of sold off towards the end of the day. But I do like Tesla at these levels. I do want us to push back up to $200. Looking at the hourly chart, we've had some jumps recently. We've had some overnight pushes. We've had some strong runs as well from $170 up to $190. That's what Tesla can do when it does get bullish. So again, I'm looking at Tesla pushing back up to the $200 level. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I do want to see it back up that level because we have not been at that level since around, I think, the beginning of last month or end of April. Here we go, around $200 back then. But since then, we've not really seen Tesla at $200. So could this happen in June? Could this happen this week? That's what I'm going to be looking at to see if we can get back up to that level of $200. I am intrigued, to see what Tesla can do and then to see how long it's going to take us to push up to those levels of 230 and beyond from back in February. So as Tesla has the upside, well, we have another stock here, ExxonMobil, that has the downside right now. Last couple of months, it has been downtrending from hitting $120, my resistance, it has just sold off. I said it a couple weeks ago. I was looking at the puts down to 109. We've now broken below 109. We've dropped all the way past my support levels. We've dropped all the way to the $108 level. Next price targets are $107.83 and $106.64. Beyond that, it could get very ugly. On a positive note, it does mean that in your local area, gas prices are probably a little bit cheaper right now. But as I said, Exxon's just been red 5 days straight. Exxon's been weak on multiple different time frames and just showing signs of bearish momentum. Not showing signs of strength, but purely showing signs of weakness. So again, Exxon puts are still on the cards right now. We still have a $1, $2 drop in my range here. We still have a $1, $2 drop in my eyesight. So make sure you are watching Exxon puts. Another stock that I'm watching puts for are PayPal, ticker symbol PYPL. So it's just been selling off. And you see this blue line? Well, in my last YouTube video, I actually drew this blue line as a point of resistance to look out for PayPal, as it seems to push there and it struggles to break that level. If it does break that level, you can see $70 real quick. But as you've seen multiple times now, it breaks down at that level. And as you can see, it's clearly bearish. We're not getting back up to those $70 levels yet. Right now, we're looking at more like a $57 level for PayPal. So just watch to see if it does continue dropping. I think that's something that a lot of people do sleep on, is PayPal. But on a positive note, if you are a person who wants to park your money in something which I think is safe for the next 5-10 years, PayPal is one I'll be looking at. And to be honest, PayPal is something that a lot of us continue to use. I continue to use it almost each and every day. So PayPal is one that I am confident in. Again, not financial advice. Just put up the 15-minute chart to show you that intraday is clearly bearish as well. It just pushes up and breaks down again. On the daily chart, going back to daily chart, it's clearly bearish. This is not the time to get PayPal calls. You need it to find support, a fine level of support, show a bit of consolidation or signs of bullish momentum, and then we want to see it really uptrend. AMD is pretty bearish right now, but again, just zooming in on the chart, right? We are just waiting for us to push above that $164 level. Once we push past that level, $175 should be on the cards. So I'm looking at a $15 to $17 gain with AMD at the right time. Obviously on the 4-hour chart, it's still weak. The moving averages are crossing to the downside. The moving averages are facing downwards now. Obviously, it's not a stock that you would look at now and say, yes, this is bullish. But you do want to check for intraday opportunities, maybe to buy calls. For those of us who want to swing, we want to get back up to that $167 level and beyond. We want to break that $165 resistance I have. Right now, we're not looking like doing that. But I do think that once we see some kind of bullish momentum, we will see AMD push, especially because it's lagging in its sector just right now, just as you've seen the SMCIs, the Teslas, the Nvidias have been pushing. Another stock that's been pushing is AVGO, Broadcom. This is even up another $5 right now after hours. So it's up almost $100 today, 5%. And it just seems to keep gapping up at different times. Now, if you guys remember, back in January, I was talking about this stock on my YouTube channel and in the Discord. And I said, this is around when it was around, I think, $1,100. Yeah, just under $1,100. Your best bet with this one is to buy and hold a share. Maybe a couple shares if you've got the money, if you've got the portfolio. But buy and hold a share. Look right now. You would have made yourself $700 doing nothing in a few months. AVGO is a monster stock. It is overextended, yes. But after earnings last week, it did jump up and it's continued to hold up high. So going back to daily chart, we're looking good. We are looking overextended, but we are looking good. It's looking bullish. They've had good news. There was a bit of consolidation late April, beginning of May, but now we've just started to rally again, start pushing up. And you guys know this stock, when it does push up, it doesn't even play games. It just continues pushing and continues rallying. So expect to see this at nearly $2,000 per share sometime soon. So that is it in regards to the stocks that we've been trading, the stocks we've been discussing and talking about in the Discord. Since I mentioned the Discord, that is the first link in the description below. The Discord is the Royal Trading Academy. That's where we talk about stocks. We do the breakdowns. We have different people doing call-outs. We have live chat there. We have charts that we post, so you can look at those as well. All of that and a lot more in the Discord. That is the Royal Trading Academy. Again, the first link in the description below. Now, the second link in this YouTube description is the Stock Option Starter Pack. That is 10 different videos you'll have access to for life. You have to pay a one-time fee of $99 and you have access to those 10 videos for life. There you can learn about options, you can learn how I trade options, how I did trade options, the different trading strategies, the Greeks, how I made 3K turn to 75K in just under 3 months, all that and a lot more. Now go check that one out. And lastly, follow me on all social media at The Wealth Prince, on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Go check it out again at The Wealth Prince. Links are in the description below. Now lastly, drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new around here, and also make sure you comment as well, show some support. Now, as I said, the videos are back this week, so we'll be back here tomorrow for another video. But I got money making, you got money making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.